thing about sexual immorality is that it requires a number of conditions for that to happen. Number one, it is atmosphere dependent. Number two, you will need the mutual consent of the parties involved. But for things like pornography and masturbation, these things do not need all these extra things. So there are many people who for some reason have been able to survive sexual immorality, but pornography, masturbation, and a lot of other bodily vices. Do you know the Bible says a man that looks at a woman to lust after her, in the mind of the spirit, he has already committed immorality. So there are others who may not physically act it out, but as far as God is concerned, they are victims, because it is a state of perpetual emotional entertainment. Just like sexual immorality, pornography, masturbation, and so on, it does not care whether you are a man of God. It does not care whether you are married. It does not care whether you are single. It does not care whether you are young. It does not care whether you are old. If left unchecked, it will attack and wreck your life. Is someone learning now? Sin number one, sexual immorality and related perversions. There are other expressions of immorality, is still under the group of immorality. Drunkenness, drugs, every kind of harm that is inflicted in the body that is inconsistent with God's pattern. Are we together? So there are some who will say, well, I'm not sexually immoral, but then there are people who are victims of drugs, victims of alcoholism, victims of all kinds of vices. That's why it's written here, sexual immorality and related perversions. I need not mention other extreme ones, unfortunately, but it is true in the world, and I hope and pray not the church. Extensions of extreme cases like having affairs with little children and babies and animals and sodomy. You know that our world today is full of all kinds of things. The goal is not condemnation. The goal is to be able to expose this and to bring us to a point where we become free, and free indeed, because I can tell you many people are not free. Are we together? Very quickly, so that we'll deal with the other things, I want to give you 5 steps, 5 scriptural steps to be free from sexual immorality and every related perversion. And I want you to please listen and learn for yourself and for anybody God may give you the privilege of helping. Are we together? Number one, for you to be free from lust and immorality,